Love my people. Love the fact that I ain't never been a racist in my life. Love the fact that I have Caucasian people in my house my entire life. Only been in one or two Caucasian families' house, and that was until I was almost 50. You did? So there's nothing racist here, and racism definitely not be tolerated at all, because it's not about that. It's just about right, wrong, and facts. And that's why that video is mandatory. It's necessary. Well, what I know is that the people who made the video was just as white as them boys that jumped that boy. Yes, I said it. Because that's just the only conclusion I could come up with, because a black family would have been exposed that shit. Period. So now that we know this, we know that they got paid. There's no alleged, it's common sense that they got paid not to expose that video, but they want to expose it because it probably showed how brutal them twin boys going at that young boy. Now, I see people talking about exposing the behavior of the father, what he was doing with the mother, and also the fact that he's the one with the custody of the children. Well, they're just about grown-ass men, but they still teen children. You dig? Man, the fact is, with the pictures, it's 1,000 words. You see the meme market. You see them always with rifles and things of that nature, which means they were trained and raised to harm others. Straight like that. That part is on the farm. Straight like that. But to say what's going on between him and his spouse, that's personal shit, because they could do that to the Anthony parents. So that isn't relevant. But what is relevant is that if he was abusing them twins, they are going to take it out on the people in school, whether they're black or white. And they probably have a pattern of that behavior going on in the schools that they were in way before this Karmelo Anthony incident. That's common sense. So the relevance of that video being presented is major important for us to see the turnaround. You know what I noticed though? Where's Al Sharpton? Where's Benjamin Crump? Where's these so-called activists that act like they want to have a change going on like they was doing in Ferguson and in other places? Or is it a money thing? I wonder, because I didn't hear them talk about nothing towards none of this shit yet. Hit the like button. It's the Nunoclock Newz, where we tell it like it is, not what you think it is, what we know it is, based off common sense. And one thing for certain, man, listen. Violence breeds violence. And if he was violent toward those children, it's a fact that the children are going to take it out on the people in these schools. Because they probably got that much respect for their father. They don't even want to hurt their father. They probably built the boss's ass. But just the respect of thinking that he's teaching them right by trying to make them tough is exactly why them twins is carrying that behavior in school. Because I already heard about it. Heard about it going on in junior high school to high school. But ain't nobody going to represent the right thing as long as it's dealing with this color issue. Because I know if that young kid, Karmelo Anthony, was white, that tape would have been exposed. Period. End of story. There's nothing to talk about. It would have been exposed way back then, and that man probably would have never been convicted or really arrested. He just would have went in, said what he had to say, right back home to his family. But just because he's black, all of that is out the window. And that's a fact. And on top for all that? And all this information being presented. Who's making sure that boy is protected? And I gotta hear that he was already, as he actually touched in prison, violently touched in prison. So really don't believe unless he around nothing but Caucasian people inside that prison. You're around these black people where there's supposed to be majority black people in prison every time, right? Because we the one that's always committing the crime, right? We the one that's always doing the most, right? Wrong. We just always the ones being tried and wrongfully convicted most of the time. Until the recent babies that's going on with these kids, because I think that's what it was all about. I know most of the people back then were nothing but frauds. They wanted to have that image in order to fucking be known as somebody. And it wasn't for acting, it wasn't for entertainment, it was only for music. It wasn't for sports. The sports, the acting, women followed the rappers. And now all of that's being a rapper. Y'all should have separated yourselves from trying to live like a rapper who wasn't living it themselves. And now all y'all going to jail. Think about it. Going to jail following fraudsters. Think about it. Trust me. Not no rapper out there during that time had a criminal record like the man that's talking to you. Period. End of story. It was all a front. Trying to show how hard you is. It's still gonna get tested wherever you go. Because nobody cares about how hard you is. You rather hear about how much fun you can bring to the table instead of trying to be tough. Because now if you tough and I'm tough, then what you gonna try to do to me? No, I gotta do it to you before you do it to me. And this is what's happening.
He has 47 arrests.